Welcome back, matriculants. Yes, you are tuned in to Matrix Uploaded, your favorite learning program. Okie dokie. In this segment, we are looking at our VAT input account. Okay, what will go into my VAT input account? Let's look at it. On the debit side, remember, when we buy trading stock for cash, what do we say? A debit to trading stock. Okay? A debit to my VAT input account and a credit to my bank account. Why? Simple, money leaving our business, bank account decreasing, therefore credited. So this gives rise to my first transaction. And what is that? It's a credit. Let's do the transaction once again. A debit to my trading stock because I'm buying stock, or I'm buying equipment, whatever else I may be buying, I'm debiting the trading stock account, I'm debiting my VAT input account, and I'm crediting my bank account. So an easy way to remember this, always ask yourself the transaction in the past without VAT being involved. What was my double entry when I bought trading stock? A debit to trading stock and a credit to bank. But now one extra component. And what is that? A debit to my VAT input account. This is what I have paid, and this is what I can claim back from SARS in the form of when I do my return. The return which we will talk about just now. Next transaction. When I buy goods on credit, the credit purchase of merchandise. Transaction, let's look at my entry. Here goes. Once again, a debit to trading stock, asset increasing in value. I'm paying VAT on that amount, a debit to my VAT input, and a credit to my creditor's control. That's the total amount that I'm owing to my creditor. As a result, what's happening to my VAT input account? It's being debited, and clearly you can see that your VAT input now, if we need to classify it, would be an asset account. Why am I saying that? Because this would represent what SARS owes us. Okay, so VAT input was a liability, we owe to SARS. VAT input is an asset, what SARS owes us. Got that? Okay, another item. We come to our petty cash, and in this account here, obviously these are petty cash payments. By the same token, we are returning goods to our creditors, and at the end, what happens? We transfer to a VAT control account. Okay, so if we're looking at this VAT input account, remember what we said? Let us just go through a recap of this account so we clearly understand what is happening. On the debit side, it would be all cases of, and remember, when we're talking about the debit side, we're talking about one, our cash purchase, our credit purchase, our petty cash payments that we may have made of items for which we can claim back VAT. Remember, you may have certain items like entertainment expenses on which you cannot claim back VAT, and obviously those would then not affect my VAT input account. So remember that. Then, on the credit side of this account, what do we have? We have our returns to our creditors, and also, finally, what happens to this account? Like we said earlier on, this account gets transferred to my VAT control account. Let's go back and see what does that control account look like. Now, in my VAT control account, remember, I debited. Look at your transaction very carefully here. Just to show you this account once again, in your VAT input, what did you do? You credited your VAT input account to close it and transfer it to your VAT control account, and there's your entry on the debit side, indicating to you that that is what SARS owes us. Remember earlier on, we alluded to the VAT input account, and now the VAT output account. What does this mean? This means what we owe to SARS as a result of a transaction where we debited the VAT output to close it, and we're crediting the VAT control account, this entry here, and now we are left with two entries in our VAT control account. What do we do with this account? We balance this account in the normal way, like any balance sheet account is balanced, and it would either end off with a credit balance, as our example has, or a debit balance to indicate that SARS owes us money. Remember the placement in the balance sheet. If SARS has a credit balance, it would appear under trade and other payables. That's right. And if it had a debit balance, it would appear under trade and other receivables. And remember, we also have to fill in a VAT claim form, a return form. You need to know how to do that as well. So go through your LTSM and make sure you are able to complete that form. Okay, that does it for VAT. And I have to say goodbye, but as I always say, and I'll keep on saying, aim for the moon, because certainly if you don't get there, you will definitely be amongst the many, many, many thousand shining stars, and that's what you are. Keep your feet on the ground, accounting, 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 because the big day is approaching. Until the next time, be good.